Hey everyone, my name is Austin Moore, and right now, today, I am going to show you how to size your ring finger at home. And the first thing I'm going to be doing is to dispel a very common method that is popularized online for measuring your finger, and that is to use a paper strip. So I'm going to demonstrate how that is done and why it is inaccurate, and then after that, I will show you the method I recommend for sizing yourself at home. All right, here in front of me, I have gathered up the tools that I generally use for ring sizing, including this. And here is the paper strip. Now, to demonstrate, what most places are recommending is you take a paper strip, wrap it around your finger, like so. Go ahead and make sure it feels nice and comfortable. Yeah, it feels good. I feel like I have room for it to move. Oops, it's coming loose. All right, that just kind of helps illustrate my point. Want to get it to go on there without coming loose. Tape it. Okay, once I feel like I've got it about right, I don't have any loops, I just take a pen and note the point where the two overlap. I make a mark there. Now when I uncurl it, I'm going to put a mark over here. Okay, this is the extra here. So that is, according to this, the circumference of my finger. The circumference is the distance around something. Diameter is the distance across a circle. That's also commonly confused. All right, now I'm going to take that paper strip and I'm going to measure the distance here. I have an inch ruler, but you can also use millimeters. This here measures 2 7/16 of an inch, and I did the math on that, and it is 2.43 inches. So I have here a ring sizing equivalency chart. It gives me the circumference here and the United States ring size. And flip over to page 2 here. And so I'm starting in inches on inside circumference, come down here to 2.42, 2.44. So it's giving me a 9 3/4 to size 10. Now, why don't we compare that to a set of ring sizers here. Here's a size 10. I'm going to slide this onto the same finger. I can tell you that this ring is extremely loose. It comes right off. We'll go down and we'll try the size 9.5. These ring sizers usually do not come in quarter size increments. 9.5, still too loose. We'll go down to a size 9. 9 is about right. Here's an 8.5. 8.5 is not going to go over the knuckle easily. I could get it over, but it's going to get stuck. So I would settle on a size 9. So for me, this got me pretty close, but it still wouldn't have gotten me a ring that was going to be comfortable. I would have wanted to have it resized after the fact. So let's check the paper against this right here. It says it's a size 10. And as we check it here, we can see that that's actually accurate. So why doesn't it fit my finger? Well, the answer for that is really simple. 2 reasons. 1, our fingers are not perfectly round in cross-section. 2, a lot of us have knuckles, and the knuckles play a large role in how a ring is going to feel on our finger. The 3rd reason is all about friction. It's how a ring feels sliding around on your finger, and not just how it's going to feel tightened around like a piece of paper. You also notice that a lot of people have webs or tendons in their hands, which create areas that are higher or lower, which may be uncomfortable if a ring is going to pinch that. So the key to trying on a ring sizer is to try on a ring sizer. As a jeweler, I recommend metal type ring sizers if at all possible. This is the one I would use to size somebody if they were going to be ordering a ring from me, and I happen to have the liberty of resizing them myself. One thing that's really important to note is that you want to size yourself using a ring sizer that matches the width of the ring you plan to order. If you're going to be ordering a narrow ring, say 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 millimeters wide, I suggest matching it to a narrow ring sizer. These are metal ring sizers, which I provide a link to in the description below. These are also narrow ring sizers. These range about 2.5 to 3 millimeters in width. And they come in half sizes all the way up to size 13. These are excellent temporary, inexpensive ring sizers that can be ordered online. If you're going to be ordering a wider ring, say 5, 6, or 7 millimeters wide, these ring sizers are the way to go. These ring sizers are 6 millimeters wide. The reason why you want to match the width to the ring is because as a ring is put on your finger, it's going to compress the flesh around the ring. Causing the flesh to displace means that flesh has to go somewhere. Usually it's going to be squeezed either forward or backward a small amount. A narrow ring does not displace very much flesh. However, a wider ring does. So typically a ring of this width is going to feel a little bit tighter, maybe an eighth size or quarter size tighter than a ring of a narrow width. Finally, and here's where the most amount of trouble comes, because most people might size themselves using a narrow ring sizer like this or an inexpensive ring sizer like these, which is great for finding narrow size rings. But what if you want a really wide ring? And most of the rings I sell are wide. They're usually 8, 9, or even 10 millimeters wide. So I've created a new product. These ring sizers are extra wide. These wide ring sizers are made using exactly the same ring size widths as many of the rings I sell in my shop. They're also calibrated to feel just like the rings that I use. You can order these in full sets, all the way from size 4 to size 16, but I've also broken them up into more manageable sizes because these are not as inexpensive as the narrow ones. So if you only want to order a few ring sizers in your size range, you can do that. The use of these wide ring sizers is done the same way any other ring sizer is used. Just try on a size. The sizes are clearly marked. This, as you can see, is a 10.5. Here's a size 10. If I try on a size 10 here, it's a little loose. So I'm going to go down to a size 9.5. And 9.5 feels really good. In this wide ring size, I would order a size 9.5. However, if I was going to order a narrow size like this, I probably would go with something slightly smaller. Let's try on a size 9. In this narrow ring size, a size 9 feels exactly the same as a 9.5 did for the wide ring size. So if I were ordering a narrow ring, I'd order a size 9. So I really hope this has been helpful. I want to say again that I've been making jewelry now for over a decade, and getting people sized properly is probably one of the biggest headaches that a jeweler faces on a day-to-day basis, especially somebody like myself who caters to customers online, and so I never have the opportunity to size people in person. I'm relying on them to do the job for me. So again, if you're watching this, thank you very much. I hope it's been helpful. I have put links to everything that I have discussed here in the description below. I sell the small blue plastic ring sizers as well as the extra wide ring sizers in my shop. I put links in the description below, as well as links to those metal ring sizers, which can be purchased online for a pretty inexpensive amount. And if you are the type of person that likes to order a lot of rings, I highly suggest investing in one of those nicer ring sizers so that you can get the right size the first time. Again, my name is Austin, and thank you for watching.